Hello, Cosmic Witches, and welcome back to the Divine Gossip Girls podcast, and welcome to your August forecast. We are excited to be bringing you some energetic readings. This time around, I'll also be having you utilize your intuition to help guide you to what energetic themes are really going to come through for you in August. Maggie will be sharing the astrology of the month, and Sophie's going to be tying it all together, sharing some tangible practices and affirmations and intentions for you to set and work with this month. Before we dive into our forecast, we want to shout out our signature 21-day chakra ritual program, Aura Elevation. Round 4 is kicking off, so you have just a bit of time here to get enrolled and join us, which we are so excited for. And this is your official 1 week mark. 1 week mark to get in there. We already have so many incredible souls joining this round, and this is your reminder that we do have a limit. So if you are, interested in joining this 21-day energetic upgrade where we really work root all the way up through your crown to help you just get a whole new energetic reset, energetic upgrade, then this is your sign to click the link below. It is only $49. So if you have been looking for a space to work with some practitioners to support you in your energetic and spiritual healing and evolution, then join us in this 3-week experience to kind of kickstart this beautiful energy. And we'll also be having this program running during the Lionsgate portal. So we have this beautiful energy of manifestation and really calling in this next level self, supporting us in the cosmos. So we think it's just such an abundant time to be running this round. And if you need any further encouragement, or if you're kind of on the verge, I'm going to read a couple reviews from some of the beautiful souls that have joined us in multiple rounds at this point. So the first little review I have is from our dear friend Emily, and she writes, "I've participated in Aura Elevation 3 times now, and I will continue being a part of this community as I've evolved immensely in my spiritual path. Through these workshops, I've been able to tap into my energetic and emotional self in ways I've never touched before. It's been amazing being a part of the beautiful community of women who show endless support, love, and compassion for each other. I've never experienced anything like Aura Elevation, and I'd recommend to anyone who wants to expand their self-love or tap inwards to explore personal divinity and soul connection and alignment." So Emily has been a tried and true AE member. She's 4th time coming. We'll see her again this round. And here's a final little review from one of our other dear participants, Erica. She writes, "What I loved the most about Aura Elevation was the variety and the community. Sophie, Maggie, and Karlie each have their own area of expertise that they infuse into the space daily, whether it's EFT tappings, tarot readings, Reiki, past life regression, or coaching. There's so much abundance within the group. Beyond the practices, workshops, and daily shifts you'll be having, you'll also find an amazing community of open-minded, loving, and kind individuals who will feel like instant besties. Whatever second guessing your brain is trying to do, tell it to shh, because Aura Elevation is truly," she put in quotation or in little brackets, "can I say this? The tits." It is popping off. Just everyone loves AE so much, and we would love to have you in this round. So this is your reminder that we have 1 week left for enrollment. The gates officially close to join us on August 5th, and we are kicking off on the abundant, auspicious time of the Lionsgate portal. So on 8/8, we'll be starting with our welcome call. So once again, 1 week to enroll. It's only $49, and we hope to see you inside. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump on into our forecast.
Hey Cosmic Witches! Divine Gossip Girls here, your one and only source into the spiritual happenings of the cosmos.
Ever wonder what this month's energy will have in store for you? What the planets and stars are even up to? Or if the universe can just help you catch a break already?
Well, lucky you, because we have all the spiritual secrets to tell. Get ready to sip on your weekly dose of divine tea. All right, so we're going to get started with our energetic reading. As always, we're going to have you tap into your intuition to really see what themes are coming through for you. But reminder that all of these themes are moving through the collective. I'll just have you utilize your intuition to see which one's going to be the most dominant theme for you energetically. But the overall energy that I really got tapping into the energy of August was what I saw was this burst of energy kind of taking place within the soul. It was like a sun kind of like bursting open. So this rising up, I'm feeling like this warrior slash goddess activation. So maybe like a light upgrade of the body. There may be some detoxing going on. There may be some releasing going on, but there's also just going to be this really big, powerful energy of like determination and more focus for those that have really felt lost or just like 2024 has been scattered. I feel that yes, there are going to be times as in every month and every moment where there is a bit of, lack of clarity still or just some confusion when we're in that purging process. But I do really feel like there is a sense of direction and clarity that's going to merge. So the overall themes are collaboration, community and celebration, new ideas and opportunities emerging, and really this time to strengthen relationship to self and relationship to others as well is kind of what I'm feeling. So just get ready. It's like it's giving this orangey energy. And I feel like that makes sense with Leo energy in August. And as we head into September, also that energy of the Virgo of more focus coming into play as well. So let's tap into our theme. So right now, I would love you guys to, if you're able to just close down your eyes or soften your gaze, and then we're going to take a nice deep inhale now together. So inhale in through your nose. And a slow, gentle exhale through the mouth like you're blowing out a straw. Grounding your energy. 2 more. Deep inhale in. Drawing energy all the way up to the top of the head. And slow exhale out through the mouth. Ground your energy down back into your body. And final deep inhale together. Breathing in this fresh air all the way to the top of your head. And a slow, slow exhale out and into the body. So drawing your awareness into the body. And now I'm going to call out 3 numbers and you're just going to lean into whichever one is calling out to you. So we have theme 1, theme 2, or theme 3. Which theme 1, theme 2, or theme 3 feels the strongest within your body as I call them out? So keep that in mind as I now move through. Yeah, and you can raise your hands while Sophie and Maggie just both raise their hands. They're leaning into theme 2 apparently. But we're going to go ahead and read through the themes now. So let's dive into it. If you chose theme 1, and remember, all of these are going to be collective energies, but just the one that called out to you most is the one that's going to be most dominant for you this month. So theme 1 is this energy of transformation, shedding the old and receiving the new. So this is going to be like a light body activation is what I'm feeling. A lot of light is going to be entering into Mother Earth and into our solar system. And that is going to cause us to shed some of the old so that we can really invite in the new. And there's just this message that keeps coming through of do not resist the change and the release that is taking place. Yes, sometimes like a snake shedding its skin, it can be uncomfortable, but the more that you resist it, the harder it feels. So if you can surrender daily to this transformation that's occurring, maybe that means like every morning you say an affirmation or you do some tapping to really just say like, I am, releasing resistance to the transformation that is taking place for my highest good. Something like that to just support you in this transformation, the shedding of the old so that you can receive these new light activations. And ask yourself, like, what is being asked to be released for my light to be able to expand? Look at your food specifically. I'm really feeling like food is going to be a big thing, as well as routines, relationships, and self-talk. So your things are going to be highlighted. It's like as this light enters in, it's going to cast light onto the shadows of what needs to be emerged into the light or what needs to be shifted into light so that you can expand your capacity to hold light and more heart energy in your being, in your body. So what is being asked for you to release for your light to expand? Look at your food, your routines, relationship, and self-talk. Self-talk will also be a really big thing. Self-talk is either going to make the process of release a lot harder or a lot easier depending on how you are relating to it. So watch your self-talk. Theme 1, we're bringing in some transformation, some powerful activations. You've got it. All right, theme 2. This one's a really fun one. Oh, also with theme 1, throwing out some chakras to work with. Get ready to work with your solar plexus in your crown chakra. So your sense of identity, how is your identity shifting? And how are you working with the universe to bring in more of that light? Theme 2. So my theme 2 people, this one's calling out to you. Get ready because we're going to have some goddess activation. This is the integration of your inner goddess or your highest self rising up. So this is giving like your feminine energy is going to be really powerful, especially for feminine led leaders, regardless of your gender or what you, really resonate with. Just know that we all hold this divine feminine energy, and within August it's going to be the rise of the feminine. It's going to carry this strong like goddess activation, and this is going to be working with your sacral, your heart, in your third eye. So those that have been feeling a bit of resistance to flowing or a lack of creativity, get ready for that to expand as your inner goddess or your highest self steps forward. So this month, you're going to be receiving an expanded ability to nurture, empower, and speak to yourself and others with love this month. This supportive, nurturing energy will assist you in connecting back more to the core of love within you. And this is kind of like, it's giving a bit of warmth to the situations that have felt heavy. So if you've had struggles within your relationship to yourself and self-love, or you've been struggling with your relationships to connecting with others more deeply, this month is giving like, okay, things will be okay. I'm connected back to myself, my center, my core, my heart. And I really do feel like in this kind of goddess activation, we're going to be able to connect back to a deep soul vision that has been planted in your heart. So if there's kind of like you've been kind of calling for deeper purpose, that's going to illuminate the more that you connect back to your beautiful feminine energy. You may also notice, however, with this activation of more powerful feminine energy stepping forward within you, that there is an increase of sensitivity to energy and emotion. So that's this kind of like sixth sense, like motherly instinct that kind of can turn on as you connect more to your subtle body, more to this feminine, this nurturing energy. So allow yourself time each day to really protect your energy and also ground your energy if you're feeling more sensitive this month to the energy in the collective or the energy in your environment. Just really make sure you're taking the time to just support yourself and ground yourself, because this activation that is taking place is going to be really powerful, and you're going to need to be just as grounded so that you can rise up as you receive these lights, this new activation taking place. So get ready, my theme 2s, for a little bit more feminine fun. Get ready for that inner goddess to step forward and be ready to receive. Something about the feminine is the energy of receiving. So if you've been struggling to receive, if you've been in a state of blocking yourself off, it's time to receive some abundance, baby. It's time for you to expand and open that heart up and open and work with that sacral energy of creativity. So once again, working with the sacral, the heart, and the third eye for this: intuition, heart opening, and sacral creativity and receptivity as well. All right, my theme 3 people, if you have been struggling, my dears, this year with feeling a lack of direction and purpose, this is the theme that's been calling out to me. I feel like theme 3 is my theme here. Don't worry, because August is going to be bringing you some clarity and direction. So this theme is grounding deeper into your soul purpose. So you're going to be working with your root and your crown a lot here. If you felt lost, if you felt like there's a bit of a fog or a haze that's kind of been over 2024, there's going to be a settling of that dust, a settling of that fog, and direction is going to begin to emerge. So lean more into grounding activities this month, because as you can tell by the other themes, there's already a ton of light entering into Earth. So sometimes it's best for you to just ground and then let your spirit, your soul, your highest self do the rest of the work. Like, you make grounding your priority. Lean into grounding activities like connecting to nature, calming the mind, dropping into meditation, so that you can receive those divine downloads, because there's going to be a lot of insights coming in with this influx of energy coming into Earth. So journal and document the insights emerging, as they all hold significance. It may not quite yet be the time for you to act on them, but they're getting more and more clear. You may have even noticed this clarity starting to build in July. August may be the time for action, but trust in your intuition. You are going to know when it's time to act. You will know when that vision is like the one, and you're like, all right, it's time to go. I received this download. And for my theme 3 people, and honestly, everyone in general, just kind of affirming to yourself daily that you're open to receiving that guidance of the universe and the creative downloads that are meant to flow in, and being that open channel and being that open like instrument of to be that channel of this creative project or endeavor that you're meant to birth into the world. Like, just remain open, because something's coming through here for you. So that is our August energy, an energy burst arising up, a deeper connection to self, which allows us to deepen our connection to others, and get ready for some clarity and energy to emerge. You guys, I hope you enjoyed this part. And now moving on to Maggie.
All right, so now that we have the energy, let's look at what's in the skies. What cosmic events might be affecting you this month? What energy is going to be around based on the cosmos and based on astrology? Feel free to grab a notebook and write this down, and also feel free to come back and listen to this part of the forecast, the whole forecast, again and again to, as you go out throughout your weeks of August, remind yourself what's coming up, because there's a lot of really exciting things happening astrologically in August. So starting right at the beginning, on August 4th, we have Venus entering Virgo. This can make you feel more attentive in relationships, a desire to spend alone time. It can also really amplify your desire to do acts of service. And this will be at an all-time high for anyone with that specific love language, especially. You can also find yourself tending to overthink or have some sort of social anxieties within your relationships. It's like you are more attentive in them, but you also feel more sensitive within them as well, because you can have that sort of mind spiral come up. If, oh my gosh, did I do something wrong? Did I hurt this person's feelings? Do they still care about me? Whether this is love, friendships, family, whatever, that just tends to be more at a high. So also remember, it's not just you feeling this way, other people may too. So just be gentle with your words, gentle with your relationships this transit. This also means that you might take a practical approach with your relationships to help with this more. And remember that this transit isn't just on August 4th. This is going to be all the way until Venus moves into Libra. So keep this in mind for the next little while. Then on the same day, we have the Leo new moon. Now, this is a more specific event. This is the one day you can kind of feel the energy the day before and after, but it's just a bit more localized. On this day, make sure that you are setting intentions for creative projects, for creative ideas, for big projects that you have coming up. Ego shadow work is at an all-time most useful during this transit, because you might find your ego being extra mean, extra loud, and extra just out there, out and about, because it is at an all-time high with the energy. This is an important time to make time for love and play and romance and creativity and opening and practice opening practices. Just open, 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 and you'll use the most of that energy. Then the next day on August 5th, the classic thing that I think everyone fears, Mercury retrograde begins in Virgo. Don't worry, it's not as scary as you think, with everybody and everything blaming everything on Mercury going into retrograde. However, Virgo is not an ideal place for this retrograde to happen, because Virgos are very much in their mind. So you may have even more the tendency to overthink words and acts that you have done with other people socially or in relationships. You may have a heightened feeling of imposter syndrome, especially in social or academic or authoritative situations. And just be aware of perfectionism really showing up for you, and see if you have some sort of healthy outlet for your anxiety. Or if you don't, this is a time that is really important to set one up or find one, because it is a little bit more prone during this retrograde. Then on August 8th, we have the most magical day of the year. It's the Lionsgate portal. This happens when Sirius, Orion, and Earth all align. And this happens for more than just this day. It actually is open for about 15 days. But typically the 8th is the strongest, and people also love it because it has that numerology. It has that double infinity sign. So this is one of the most powerful days for manifestation. Visualization and big actions can be extra powerful on this day, so you don't have to use it, but it's very magical and very fun. Then we have on August 14th, the Mercury retrograde enters Leo. This should actually, even though Mercury is still retrograding, it should take some of the pressure off of that really intense social sort of issues, social overthinking, because Mercury is retrograding into Leo, which is a bit more of a bolder sign. It doesn't get up in the mind quite as much as Virgo does. However, here you may struggle to creatively express yourself, and you may find yourself tripping over your words more than normal, which is what I've been doing this whole time. So maybe it's already retrograding in my books. You also may find it harder to be in the spotlight as your inner critic does get louder. It's important to push your edges at this time to see what you can do, or do analytical prep as you prepare for new creative cycles. So maybe leaning into the more admin side, the more grounded side instead of your creative expression, just to set yourself up for when you're no longer in retrograde. Then on August 19th, we have the Aquarius full moon. This is really important to do journal prompts or embodiment practices on independence. Aquariuses are very independent souls. This is a great time to express gratitude for your community and the role they play, as well as what makes you unique at the same time. Aquarius has this double-sided where they're very unique and individual, but they also have a deep relationship and care for their community. So looking at your unique role within the communities that you're in can be a very good thing to reflect on during this full moon. Some other reflections to do are, what is your personal mission statement? What has gotten in the way of it recently? And what do you need to release in order to reconnect to it? This is the best time of year to rebrand or reboot and just sort of remake yourself a business or whatever else you think needs a little bit of fresh energy. Then on August 22nd, we have Virgo season. So happy birthday, Virgos. This is the energy of organization, details, practicality, and focus. Acts of service for yourself and others are amplified during this time. You might feel a little bit more introverted, but connected to the people that you really care about. This is a great time for a purge or spring cleaning, ironically, as we head into autumn more by the end of August. We're still summer, but we can see that autumn season looming. Do a little cleanse, do a little purge of your home, do some deep cleaning. You can have the tendency for perfectionism or anxiety, like we were saying with the retrograde. And the positive parts of Virgo season might feel like they take a little while to kick in because Mercury is in retrograde. Once it goes direct again, you'll feel like, okay, things are falling into place. And this is going to happen on our next transit, which is August 28th. Mercury goes direct in Leo. So finally, your creative expression will be back in full force. You'll start to feel like yourself again, especially within the mind. Communication, creativity, expression, all of that will become so much easier. This is a great time for, once again, creativity, storytelling, marketing, self-branding, and spotlight energy. Be loud and be yourself as this weight sort of releases from you. And then our last one on August 29th, we have Venus entering Libra. So what I was saying earlier, we have the first Venus transit on August 4th. That's going to last all the way up to August 29th, and then it changes when it enters Libra. This is such a dreamy time. Venus is ruled by Libra, so it's such a comfy placement for that planet, for our planet of love. It's important that you romanticize your life like tenfold during this time. Step into things that feel dreamy and lovey and romantic. Lean into relationships. If you're not in a relationship, go on dates, connect with your friends, whatever that means to you. Be extra wary of people pleasing and like narcissists, bad toxic cycle, people creeping back in, those red flags, because we're less likely to see the red flags. When Venus is in Libra, we're wearing our rose-colored glasses, and I saw something recently that was like, when you wear rose-colored glasses, red flags just look like flags. I thought that was really funny. And that's what this energy is. It's like, okay, you're romanticizing things, you have your rose-colored glasses on, make sure to notice the red flags even when it might be hard to. This is a time to spend with others, to be expressive with your love. It's just all around a time of commitment and love. So it just should feel so beautiful and dreamy. If you find relationships are really being pushed at that time, maybe it's because it's not ideal. The scales are a little out of balance. But that is all I have for the stars of August. And now we'll move on to Sophie, who can put a little bow on everything and wrap it together with some practices for you.
Amazing. Well, let's all just take a deep breath in. Hello. And I actually set the intention for this forecast to completely just intuitively, I guess, channel of what I hear at the moment. So I didn't, because I like this new feature that Karlie's doing where it's these 3 cards. And I'm like, I want to participate. So I look at it, what she's saying. So what I've done and what my intuition feels called to giving you guys today is for you to focus on the new moon, the full moon, your individual themes, and the 8-8 portal. All right. So what to do is what notes you've written down, or you can go back and just listen to what Maggie has told you to focus in on when the new moon hits and when the full moon, and focusing on, because there's a lot of energy, like Maggie's just said, within the stars and in astrology. So what to do is focus in on what feels that resonates most with you, with what's going on and what's alive for you. Focus on the new moon. Take what Maggie says and take what Maggie says about the full moon as well. And with the 8-8 portal, I'm going to get into the individual themes and give a practice for the individual themes. But for the 8-8 portal, like doing some manifestation work, or make sure that you are inside of our elevation, because that's the first day that we kick off our welcome call. So the magic is going to be happening in there. So for your 8-8 portal practice, get your booty inside of our elevation. Make sure you're set inside of our elevation. That's your intention for the 8-8 portal. But what I want to do is I want to give you a practice for whichever theme you picked when Maggie was given the themes, all right? And I was kind of like, oh, I like this. I intuitively just like what came forward when Karlie was sharing them. So theme one was obviously about that transformation and shedding. So I want you, the two practices I want you to work with is I want you to do like a burn ritual and for the release, for the shed, and then an EFT tap in for the transformation and the shift. So inside this burn ritual, I want you to write down what you're letting go of, the habits, the patterns, the identities, the people, the version of yourselves, or whatever it is that you want to let go of, that you want to shed, that last purge. Like, what is it that you are letting go? Who is it you're letting go? What parts of yourself, what versions, what identities, what beliefs are you wanting to let go of that are no longer in this vibration that you're up leveling and transforming into, and writing that down, and I want you to burn it somewhere safe. Please don't set anywhere on fire, but burn it somewhere safe. Maybe it's outside, maybe you go a nice walk and do outside, or maybe you just do it in your home in a safe way. And then I want you to take yourself through an EFT tap-in, or you can come and find an EFT tap-in that I hold and shift the energy of what you want to try and like of this transformation. Yeah, you've shifted, you've shedded, you've let that final purge go. Now you've created that space for the shift to happen. So do it through an EFT, and implant and infuse and activate the energy and the beliefs and the identity in which you are now stepping into. Okay, so that's our theme number one. You've got your burn ritual to release and your EFT tap in to shift. Theme number two, which was the goddess activation, which was what me and Maggie both picked. And I was like, oh, okay, I'm feeling this goddess energy, taking up space with the light. And what came through this words, I loved what Karlie said was like the feminine fun. So I want you to dance with your goddess every morning. Every morning, I want you to do like a daily intuitive embodiment practice to connect with your goddess within you, to connect with the feminine within you, to connect with the creativity within you, to connect with the heart within you and allow it to come alive through this movement, through this dance. Like, can you just dance with the goddess within you? Can you move with that feminine within you and let her come alive through that movement? Like the light, like the guidance, like the creativity, let that spark come alive, because that's something that I've been doing and something that's been shifting a lot within me, and being able to connect more with that energy that lives within me, is moving with it, is dancing with it. So that's your little practice. I want you to dance with your goddess. I want you to have fun with your feminine this month. So each day I want you to get up and I want you to move. I want you to put on a song. I want you to go and find a song that screams goddess energy to you. Now you need to put it on each morning or each afternoon, or how many times a day you want to fucking dance with it. I want you to dance with your goddess. I want you to dance with your feminine and let it come alive more and more throughout the month. Theme number three was all about clarity and direction and working with the root and the crown. So I want you, Karlie was talking about a lot of grounding activities and allowing the creativity, allowing the clarity and the direction to find you. So I want you to, I was envisioning, was just like, we're just like floricking outside. We're like, just like in the wind, like dancing naked or something, like meditating, journaling outside. So can you go outside without your phone, go a walk without your phone, go meditate somewhere outside, go dance somewhere outside, connect with earth, connect with the universe, connect with that grounding energy, but also like that balance between grounding and alive, rooted but open, to allow those next steps, that door to open for the clarity of the next direction, the next step, the next step to that pathway, instead of trying to control it and trying to find it and trying to control it, trying to manipulate it. Can you go out and just ground into your body, ground into your energy, surrender and allow that clarity to come, allow that next level, that next step to just become clear through that surrendered, grounded, open, receptive energy. So that is a little practice for each of the themes that came forward when Karlie was speaking and that kind of just shouted out of me, and I wrote them down, scribbled them down. So I want you to, whatever theme you pick, go and you can kind of make it your own. You could add anything to it. You can do it as often as you need. That's a little practice for you to take. Tap into the new moon, tap into the full moon with the guidance that Maggie gave, the practices that Maggie gave. And if you want to work with any of the other transits, you can do so, whichever ones kind of call out to you, whichever ones you feel resonate with where you're at and what is alive for you. And for the 8-8 portal, make sure you're inside of our elevation, because we're going to have a party.
Yeah, we
inside of
are.
it. We're going to be having an 8-8 party for the welcome ceremony of our elevation. And I don't know about you girls, but this just feels like next level. I feel like we say that each round, but we're entering the 4th round of our elevation. I feel different. We all feel different. Everything feels different. It just all feels like it feels up leveled each time. Each round feels more up leveled to the next. And there's something about this one that just feels like a rocket's about to explode, and I'm so excited. So that's your forecast for August. Hopefully you join us inside of our elevation. If you have not yet, please make sure that you save your spot. If you're here, if you're listening this far, you are meant to be there. You're meant to be in our space. You're meant to be deeper in this energy, deeper in this portal, deeper in this vortex that we've created, that we've birthed, that we're in right now. So if you want to join us, remember it's only $49. Doors close on the 5th of August, so you don't have long. We start, like I said, in the 888 portal. So the link will be in the show notes. But even if you have any questions at all, if you're kind of curious or you're confused about anything, just send either myself, Karlie, or Maggie a message. You can even just send the word or elevation, and we'll know what you're meaning, and we can answer any questions that you have. But if not, if you know that you want to be there, you know you're meant to be there, the link is in the show notes. Go and claim your space, and we will see you on the 8-8 portal to begin such a magical, life-changing, elevating 3 weeks with you all. But thank you for listening. I hope you enjoyed this forecast, and we'll see you all next week.
Bye.
Bye.